Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is a screencast-o-matic presentation and recording for the first half of the warm-ups that we're currently on in our new cycle. In this particular cycle, we're going to begin with lessons and warm-ups that are related to the judicial branch. Please remember that for full credit, you have to copy down the question, the answer, and remember to format your answer content in a different colored font. Let's go ahead and get started. From Monday and Tuesday's lessons, what exactly is the judicial branch? And what key role does it play in the United States federal government? Please take a few moments to copy down the question, and then we'll proceed to the answer. Let's proceed to the answer to the question of the day. So first and foremost, the judicial branch essentially rules on all matters related to the law and the Constitution of the United States of America. In a sense, the courts really get their inception or beginning for when the Supreme Court was originated by the founding of our early documents from the Constitution. However, over time, the Supreme Court has grown to 9 justices, and justices are appointed by different people in the government, in particular, the president. Essentially, justices are appointed at different levels like the Supreme, federal, and district courts. More courts have formed over time in our government. Additionally, there are special powers, too, that the courts have. The Constitution, for example, is pretty vague about how these powers are exercised, and there's no mention of determining the constitutionality of laws as one of their key roles. However, the courts over time have been modified in terms of determining the constitutionality of special laws in our country. In terms of the process of judicial review, the courts essentially have the ability to interpret the constitutionality of laws and actions by the other branches. There are special powers that the courts has over these two branches, which we'll focus on later too. Now, in terms of operations, the judicial branch operates outside of elections and voter input. In many ways, it is its own separate entity, but it's still a key part of our federal government. Now, in terms of the future of the judicial branch, the decisions made by the Supreme Court are final unless, of course, future Supreme Courts find it unconstitutional and they might overturn a measure. In many ways, the Supreme Court deserves just as much attention as the other two branches, as they are key in defining key laws and precedents for the future. Now let's move on to the next question of the day. For Thursday and Friday, the question of the day is, what is the Supreme Court of the United States, and how does it operate and function? Please take a few moments to copy down the question, and then we'll proceed forth with the answer. So basically, the Supreme Court has the common characteristic of being the highest federal court in the United States federal government. It essentially serves as the ultimate check and balance of power over Congress and the President. Additionally, in terms of justices, there have been more than 100 justices that have served on the Supreme Court since the first session in 1790. Today, however, there are 9 Supreme Court justices that actively serve. In terms of other characteristics, justices are appointed for life and can be removed via impeachment. That has only happened once, though, in the 1800s. In terms of vacancies, when it comes to court justices, this often happens upon death or retirement of a sitting member. The president then nominates a new justice, and there's no special qualifications that are essentially needed or specified in the Constitution. Often president's picks, no matter who they are deemed controversial, and they go through a vetting process. The appointment process is essentially just that, where nominee submits a detailed questionnaire and then sits before the Senate Judiciary Committee and then attends days of multiple hearings and then is finally either approved or rejected by the full U.S. Senate via a vote. Now, once a Supreme Court justice is actually on the court, they essentially have a key role in shaping our time and our future. You see, Supreme Court justices, with upholding or striking down a series of laws, shape our country forever, and essentially lay the groundwork for who we are as a people. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in, and good luck with completing the rest of the corresponding lessons that correspond with these warm-ups.